by 100 cubicle, you'll feel wonderful for some time and then same thing. It doesn't matter where I set the boundary, the moment you touch the boundary, you want to go beyond that. Isn't it so? There is something within you which does not like boundaries. If I make you the king or queen of this planet, will you be fulfilled and settle down? Don't look at me, hopefully. I will not do such a mistake. I'll not make such mistakes. If you become the king or queen of this planet, will you settle down? You look at the stars, isn't it? So there is something within you which wants to become boundless, unwilling to settle for any boundary. But you're seeking boundlessness through physical means. The very basis of physicality is a defined boundary. Only because there is a defined boundary, you can call this a physical body. If I take away this boundary, you cannot call this a physical thing anymore, isn't it? The very fundamentals of physicality is a defined boundary. But there is something within you which doesn't like boundaries. So there is something within you which is constantly longing to touch a dimension beyond the physicality. So if this dimension beyond the physical becomes a living reality in your life, you are spiritual. That means your desiring process has moved from a compulsive nature to a conscious nature. Now, your desiring is a conscious process. You can desire when you want and put it to rest when you don't want. It is no more compulsive. That means you are not in pursuit of happiness anymore. Your life has shifted from being in pursuit of happiness to an expression of joy. Right now, the whole world is being destroyed only because humanity is in pursuit of its happiness. In pursuit of our happiness. In the last 150 years, we have engineered this world in a million different ways. We've fixed it and fixed it and fixed it. Our country still needs much more fixing, but a large part of the world, the western part of the world is heavily fixed up. If you fix it anymore, there won't be a planet left. To that extent we've fixed it. Because of this, much comfort and convenience has come. In many ways, in every way, we are the most comfortable generation ever on this planet, isn't it so? I'm saying this after the meltdown. No? After the meltdown, are you still not living better than your father and grandfather? Materially, I'm saying? No? You definitely are, isn't it? Never before another generation of people have known these kind of comforts and conveniences. But we cannot say we are the most joyful generation on the planet, most peaceful generation on the planet, most loving generation on the planet, no. In many ways, we are becoming the most whining generation on the planet. All the time we are whining, complaining and complaining and complaining. In many ways, we are becoming the most neurotic generation ever on the planet. For sure, in every way, we are the most, till now, the weakest, physically weakest generation on the planet is this one. Yes, you agree with me? We are physically the weakest generation ever on the planet. Even the previous generation was physically stronger than you, isn't it? So spiritual process essentially means this, that we understand by fixing the outside, only comfort and convenience will come to our lives. Well-being will not happen to us. Well-being will happen only if we fix the interiority, because the basis of your experience is within you. Do you see me right now, all of you? Can you see me? Where am I? Just point out right now. Where am I? Use your hands. Where am I? Oh, you got it completely wrong. You know I'm a mystic. This light is falling upon me, reflecting, going through your lenses, inverted image in the retina. Don't you know the whole story? So where do you see me actually? Within you. Where do you hear me right now? Within you. Where have you seen the whole world? Within you. Everything that you ever experienced in your life, darkness and light, pain and pleasure, agony and ecstasy, happen only within you. You have never experienced anything outside of you, isn't it? The seat of your experience, the basis of your experience, the foundation of your experience is within you. If the basis of your experience is within you, how you experience the world should be determined by you, isn't it so? Yes? What is happening in the world? Your problem, the only and only problem that anybody has is, life is not happening the way you think it should happen. Do you have any other problem? No other problem in life, isn't it? The only problem is, life is not happening the way you think it should happen. In the same breath, you also claim you believe in God. If you believe in God, if it's not happening your way, it must be happening His way, isn't it? But you don't want it to happen His way. You want Him also to do it your way, isn't it? Every day, 90% of the human population is every day advising God how to run the world. Listening to all this advice, he must be so thoroughly confused. The inconsistency of the advice. If at all if he's listening, I hope he's not. If he's listening, he's finished. The world is not happening your way. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Because if it all happens your way, where do I go? Where does everybody else go? This is the nature of life. The world will happen to some extent your way, some extent my way, some extent somebody else's way. All of us have a little stake in it, but never the world will happen 100% your way or my way, isn't it so? Isn't it so? Does your family happen 100% the way you want it? Does it happen? Does anybody in your life, your husband, your wife, your parents, your children, your friends, anybody, do they happen 100% the way you want them? Not a single person, not even your dog. Even he does his own thing these days. Nobody happens your way. That's not the problem. The problem is, this one is not happening your way. That is the problem, isn't it? This person is not happening the way you want him. That is a problem. If this one was happening 100% the way you want him to be, would you keep him blissful or miserable? Definitely blissful. You wouldn't need a teaching. You wouldn't need a scripture written, please choose bliss, don't choose misery. Do you need a teaching like this? I can trust you on this one, isn't it? If there is a choice between pleasantness and unpleasantness, for yourself, I'm not talking about your neighbor, for yourself, definitely the choice is pleasantness. When you are feeling very pleasant within yourself, your body and your mind will function at its best because you are no more an issue. Only when you are no more an issue, you can deal with the outside issues to the best of your ability. When you are an issue yourself, how can you deal with the world? Just by accident, isn't it? If you're successful by accident, then anxiety is natural. How else can you be? If you somehow bullshit yourself into well-being, always you'll be anxious. On a certain day, a bull and a pheasant were grazing upon the field. Bull was grazing upon the grass, the pheasant was picking ticks off the bull. Partnership. There's a huge tree at the edge of the field. The pheasant very nostalgically looked up at the tree and said, "Oh, alas, there was a time when I could fly to the topmost branch of the tree. Now I do not have enough strength in my wing even to get to the first branch of the tree." The bull very nonchalantly said, "Oh, that's no problem. Eat a little bit of my dung every day. Within a fortnight you will get to the topmost branch of the tree." Pheasant said, "Come on, what kind of nonsense is that?" Bull said, "Really, try and see, the whole humanity is on it." Very hesitantly, the pheasant started pecking at the dung, and lo, on the very first day it reached the first branch of the tree. Within a fortnight it reached the topmost branch of the tree. It went and sat on the topmost branch of the tree, just beginning to enjoy the scenery. There was a farmer who was rocking on his rocking chair. He saw a fat old pheasant sitting on top of the tree. He pulled out his shotgun and shot the bird off the tree. The moral of the story is, many times you can bullshit yourself to the top, but it'll never let you stay there. It is not that you do not know joy, it is not that you do not know peace, it is not that you do not know blissfulness, it is just that you are not able to stay there, isn't it? Isn't it so? How many of you can sincerely say this? In these many years of your life, you spent at least one single day in your life, that is 24-hour segment, where there is not a moment of irritation or agitation or anger or anxiety, anything. You just went through 24 hours blissfully. Very few people on the whole planet can raise their hand and say yes to this, very few. In these many years, 24 hours did not happen the way you want it. You want your life to be pleasant, isn't it? Even 24-hour, one 24-hour segment in all these years of life did not happen the way you want it. I think it's time we really look at the fundamentals, what we are doing with ourselves, isn't it? If your mind is not taking instructions from you, I'm sure there is going to be a lot of problem making other minds taking instructions from you, isn't it? See, any instrument is useful to you only if it takes instructions from you. Right now, this microphone, very useful for me because it's amplifying what I say. If it starts saying its own things, I better not be here, isn't it? If your mind was doing what you wanted to do, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable? Definitely blissful. So the only reason is, your basic faculties are not taking instructions from you. It's as simple as that. To be blissful, to be joyful is not the ultimate goal of life. Happiness is not the ultimate goal of life. Only if you're happy, your life begins. Otherwise, your whole life goes just in pursuit of happiness. If you want to enjoy your dinner today, you must be happy, isn't it? Yes or no? Enjoying your dinner is not the highest goal of your life. It is the square one of your life. It is the A of life, it's not the end of life, you know. So to be peaceful and happy is not something that you achieve at the end of your life. That is the way you must begin your life, isn't it? If you want to know something about this life, otherwise you will just go as a psychological process without knowing anything about this life. Then managing 10 people must be a torturous thing. When you're not able to manage this one, managing all these people must be freaking you out, isn't it? Because if this one is not listening to you, why would that one listen to you, I'm asking? Then you have to do policing, not management. You know, you have to do policing all the time, anxiety. If we have to manage something, if we have to climb into positions of responsibility and power, one of the foremost things that one must do is, first of all, take charge of this piece of life completely. If you're totally in charge of this one, then handling the outside to the best of your ability will naturally happen. When it comes to outside realities, no two individuals are equally capable, we are all differently capable. But the question is just this, are we working to our full potential or not? That's all the question is. Am I working like somebody else? That's not the point. Am I able to use my full potential? That is all the thing is. A mango tree is not trying to yield coconuts. That would be ridiculous. But are you able to put out the best that you can? In our lives, if we do not do what we cannot do, there is no problem. But if we do not do what we can do, we are a tragedy, isn't it? Yes or no? We are a disaster. Right now I would say a large percentage of humanity is a disaster because most human beings are functioning at 15 to 20% of their natural capabilities because all the time they are an issue by themselves. When you're an issue by yourself, you cannot deal with the world the way you want to. Especially if you want to manage large situations, it's extremely important that you are not the issue. So, spiritual process means the first step, this is not the ultimate, the first step of spiritual process is to make yourself in such a way that you're joyful by your own nature, not because of somebody, not because of something. You're joyful by your own nature. That means you are not an issue anymore in the world. Once the fear of suffering is gone, only when the fear of suffering is gone, you can take full strides in your life. Otherwise, every step that you take will be only a half a step. Ennoyedmo all the time. Isn't it? Isn't it so? Always the problem is, what will happen to me, what will happen to me? Whatever happens, this is how I will be. If this assurance is not there within you, you will never take a full stride in your life, you will take only half steps in your life. So, spiritual process is not about looking up, looking around or looking down. The spiritual process is about looking inward and exploring the full potential of what this is. All I am saying is, before you fall dead, I'm sorry, anyway you'll all die one day, is it okay? It's not my wish. I wish I bless you with a long life, but anyway you will die one day, with the blessing or without the blessing. Yes or no? Is it okay? Is it all right? Before you fall dead, whether you will explore the cosmos or not, at least you must know this piece of life fully, isn't it? If you go without even knowing this, that's a wasted life. You must know this piece of life absolutely. This is all I know. I have taken a lot of effort to remain uneducated. It's not a simple thing, really. From the moment you are born, your parents, your teachers, your friends, your society, everybody is trying to educate you all the time. To remain uneducated, not to be influenced by any of those things, do you know how much effort it takes? You think education takes effort? Try to remain uneducated and see, it takes a phenomenal effort. So, this is all I did, to constantly be aware that I'll never get educated by anybody. The only thing I know is, I know this piece of life from its origin to its ultimate, that's all I know. If you know this piece of life absolutely, by inference, you know everything that's worth knowing, just everything.